This is our introduction to why employee health matters. In today's fast paced and demanding work environments, employee health and wellness has never been more important. Our project, Employee Health, focuses on promoting strategies that enhance the overall well being of employees in any organization. A healthy workforce is the backbone of a productive and successful company, and investing in employee wellness is not just the right thing to do, it's also a smart business. When employees feel supported physically and mentally, they're more engaged, less likely to miss more work, and more motivated to contribute to the team. Through this project, our group aims to explore key areas such as work-life balance, workplace environments, mental and physical wellness, and the long-term benefits of prioritizing employee health. We want to highlight not just the challenges employees face, but also the practical solutions that companies can implement to foster more positive, balanced, and thriving work culture. This is about creating a space where employees want to show up and feel good doing it.
Today, I want to talk about something that affects every workplace, which is employee health and resilience. So, what is workplace resilience? Let's start there. Resilience is the ability to adapt, recover, and grow through workplace challenges. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. In a changing work environment, resilience helps employees handle stress and uncertainty while building stronger teams and developing within their role. What is presenteeism? That's when employees show up to work even though they're sick, stressed, or mentally unwell. According to trade research, presenteeism can cost companies more than absenteeism because it's lead to mistakes, lower productivity, and long-term burnouts. Workplace mental health and well-being. Now let's talk about mental health and well-being. According to the U.S. Surgeon General 2022 report, less than half of workers believe their employees truly care about their mental health. That's alarming, right? Because mentally supported employees are more loyal, more engaged, and more productive. Simple things like wellness hubs, flexible hours, and peer support can make a huge difference. Burnouts has a price. Recognition change everything. Burnout is another serious issue. In fact, a study shows that burnout can cost up to 20% of a company's payroll. That's a massive hit, not just emotionally, but financially. But here's the good news. Simple acts of recognitions like saying thank you can reduce burnouts by up to 50%. Employees who feel appreciated are also 4 times more likely to feel like they belong. The well-being gap. There's a well-being gap between the employees' need and what they're getting. The American Psychological Association in 2022 found that 81% of employees want mental health support, but only half feel like their employees are actually empathetic. The solution doesn't have to be a huge program. It could be a pure mental health champions or regular recognitions, just meaningful action that shows employees they matter. Wellness pays off, emotional safety. And it's not just the right thing to do, it's good for business. Companies with a wellness focus sees a 28% higher shareholder return, and research from People's Element shows that wellness programs bring in a 6 to 1 return on investments. When employees feel emotionally safe, feel free from discrimination, burnouts, and harassments, they show up fully and do their best work. So when we talk about employee health, we're not just talking about avoiding problems. We're talking about building strong, resilient team that thrive together. Thank you.
Right, and now we're going to be looking at what's already being done for employee wellness, and this is based on a systemic review in 2023 of 41 studies where we look at WPPAs. WPPAs are a workplace physical activity program that aim to improve employee wellness through movement. This is something that can include many structured exercise opportunities as a part of their regular workday, where some companies are implementing things like fitness classes on site, as well as designated exercise spaces. So this would be like different areas, different rooms where some companies will have like sections for these people to have scheduled breaks for activities during their shifts. And one thing that I find really interesting is the walking meetings. So they'll have meetings while they're walking, usually between 2 to 3 people, not too many, not a high amount of people in this group, but these meetings will have like 1 to 1, 1 to 2, maybe 2 to 3 people, and they'll probably have like little step count challenges within the entire company, which could encourage daily movement. These programs would typically last maybe 4 to 48 weeks. It really depends on the company, what their goals are, with some sessions being introduced maybe 2 to 3 times a week, where a majority would include multi-component approaches, meaning they are combining the exercises with education or ergonomic training. So next we'll look at what was the impact on these employees. And well, according to the review, it was found that the programs produce quite a lot of benefits. So this would be in terms of physical fitness of about 15 to 23% increase in cardio respiratory fitness, meaning the employees had a improvement in their endurance, specifically for their heart and lungs, and a 10 to 20% increase in muscle strength, which supports their daily work tasks and prevents injury. And this would go on to show itself as well in musculoskeletal health, where there was a reported 30% reduction in lower back, neck, and shoulder pain. So this is in connection with the physical fitness as well, which was very likely due to the improved posture and muscular function. Their quality of life also improved, with 13 of the 41 studies assessed in this issue, where 11 of those 13 showed significant improvements in energy levels, mood, and well being. And in absenteeism, 30% of the studies showed that WPAAs led to a reduction in sick days, especially in cases where the employees had previously experienced chronic discomfort or low fitness levels, which is amazing. Um, these programs have the potential to improve both physical and psychological outcomes, such as the quality of life and work related stress. It's already being done for employee mental well being. This is based on a 23 systemic review of 39 studies. Outcomes measured by these studies actually included stress, burnout, job satisfaction, anxiety, and depression. So, not just physical, also mental health. Interventions were done in multiple levels. We have organization level interventions, which is changes in the workplace conditions. So, we'll look at maybe job design, job redesign, redistribution of workloads, role clarification, and improved communication. These actions actually proved to be helpful, as the job redesign programs reduced emotional exhaustion by up to 20%. And the participatory redesign programs, which is basically where they had meetings and talked about what exactly could be changed and could be done in the company to make sure that nobody was too stressed, increased control scores by 12 to 22%. And this is mainly the key outcomes showed a reduction in stress and improved organizational climate. Now, the manager level focused interventions, uh, which was maybe training leaders to support mental well being, could also be supervisors, project managers, stuff like that. The Milligan Saville study was also reviewed, where managers and supervisors received a 4-hour mental health training. This training focused on recognizing early signs of mental illness, which once again is a big deal, approaching team members with empathy, and reducing stigma around mental health conversations, which overall meant providing initial support and referrals to professional help. And it resulted in a 23% decrease in psychological distress and a 41% confidence increase in the managers. And then next, we'll be looking at the employee focused interventions, which is the employee level, helping manage stress directly to the employees. Now, the one thing I wanted to look at that I found really interesting in this systemic review was the mindfulness program. The mindfulness program was a program that was a randomized controlled trial of stress reduction of a stress reduction program that used mindfulness for primary healthcare staff, which was published in the Scandinavian Journal of Primary Healthcare. It was an 8-week mindfulness-based stress reduction course that was based on John Kabat-Zinn's model. And it included things like breathing and body scan techniques, awareness of thought and emotions, non-judgmental attention to present moment, and stress response awareness regulation. This actually resulted in a perceived stress, where it resulted in a reduction in the perceived stress by 24% from the baseline, which also included better emotional regulation, improved concentration and sleep, reduced burnout symptoms, and all of which sustained a 3-month follow up. Now, other various CBT based programs, such as maybe online modules, in person workshops, or group therapy, demonstrated a reduction in anxiety and depression symptoms by 20 to 35% across multiple trials. That is for other, of the 39 studies that were reviewed. And just one important quote is workplace interventions can improve employee mental health outcomes, especially when they target both the individual and the organization.
In conclusion, taking care of employee health and wellness is one of the best things a company can do. Workers feel good both physically and mentally, they do better work, are happier at their jobs, and more likely to stay with the company. This project looked at important areas like work-life balance, healthy workplaces, and long-term benefits of taking care of employees. When companies help their workers feel less stressed and more supported, they get a lot of good results. People take fewer sick days, healthcare costs go down, and employees feel more motivated and ready to do their best. On the other hand, toxic workplaces can make people feel tired, unhappy, less productive. Our group knows how hard it can be to work in a place like that. That's why we believe it's important to fix these problems by creating programs that help everyone feel better and work better. When companies care about wellness, they build a stronger, healthier future for both the workers and the company itself. And here are our references. Thank you.